Friday.
Frugal
Happy Friday.
Friday.
Happy Friday. Happy Friday. So, how has your Friday been so far, Tia?
It has been wonderful. And when I tell you that I have been waiting for this, I mean, I have been waiting for this since you announced it last week.
And we gonna get into it.
I'm so
We gonna get
excited.
into it. And we gonna get into it. So I'm about to excuse me. I'm about to share it out.
Let me share it out too.
Mm, 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 mm. All right. There we have it. We're just going to give some people some time to pull up. Hey, Unicorn Lady.
Hey,
How are
unicorn
you
lady.
today? How's your Friday going so far? Yeah, I'm turned up this Friday because it's my beginning of my vacation.
For
Hey,
how
Mike.
long? Hey, Mike.
Vacation time. I haven't had any time off since June. Not for like just leisure, just nothing. June. I need it.
I'm going to say, well, you need a vacation.
I need a vacation. How y'all doing tonight? How you doing, Mike? Y'all make sure y'all share this out.
It's
Tell a friend.
unicorn lady's
Tell a
fault that
friend.
I was in Hobby Lobby today and got something, but it's okay because I'm starting my budget today.
She threw you up under the bus, unicorn lady. Hi, my Renaissance grandma. How you
Hey, my
doing?
Renaissance
Hey,
grandma.
Miss Cheryl.
Hey, Miss Cheryl, how are you?
She said, better now that I'm off from work for the weekend.
I
Ain't
know
that
that's
the
right.
truth? Ain't that the truth? Yes. So everybody share it out, share it out, share it out. Let's get as many people as we can in here. We're going to talk about budgeting. We're going to discuss so we can see that we actually accounting for some things so that we be prepared for when some things come up, and just some things you can know to account for. You ain't got to start it like right away. Just slowly, baby steps, y'all, baby steps.
Hey, Kenyatta's journey.
Hey, Kenyatta's journey. How you doing? How's your Friday going? Yeah, I'm telling
I,
y'all, I'm excited to be off for a few days.
unicorn lady said, I heard her. What I do, Tia. I went to Hobby Lobby to get, um, I wanted 12 by 12 paper, not 12 by 12 cardstock, so I can make that envelope thing that the lady made. That's why I was in.
Okay, that was your fault, unicorn lady. We saw it on your page. Y'all see my picture?
It's
For those
beautiful.
who were in Humble Stores this week when we were painting our winter pictures, this is it. This is the finished product. I will do no more. We're gonna love it the way it is.
Can you bring it closer?
Oh, here we go.
Nice. That came out beautiful.
Don't look at the imperfections, y'all. That's why I didn't want to bring it closer.
I like I like it.
But y'all, I these pictures. When if you were in there, you already know. So I know Unicorn Lady was in there. Y'all already know. We don't have. There's nothing. This is a blank canvas when we start, and we watch a tutorial. Most of us are watching one from YouTube, and it guides us on what we need to do to get this finished product. Yeah, my thing is trying to. Okay, there we go. And so I give myself a pat on the back for that I can make at least this happen.
We give you a pat on the back.
I can make at least that happen. Hey there. Did somebody else pull up in here? Or did I see things?
I don't think
Nope.
so.
Okay. I thought I did. Did y'all share out the live? Also, remember, if you want to drop your channel link, you can type Frugal in the chat and it will drop your link so that people can find you. Hey Joshua, how you doing?
Hey, Joshua.
Yes, welcome,
This
welcome.
is new here. You are in for a
Welcome.
treat.
Yes. It's great out. You like a unicorn lady? I take that as a compliment because you be doing real stuff. I'll be over here getting frustrated with myself. That's what I'll be doing. So yeah, we
Way
did
more than what
talk.
I be doing.
Yes. We did talk. You love art? This was a winter painting I did. When did we do that? Tuesday? Yes,
Tuesday.
Tuesday night on Humble Stores Crafting channel. And this was the picture I chose to paint, and I just followed a tutorial, and this is what I got. So we're gonna call it perfect, right? Okay. I do the best I can. Hey, Miss Shirley, how you doing?
Hey, Miss
How's your day
Shirley.
going? How you feeling? But yes, so we are gonna. I was gonna say we talked New Year's Eve, and we talked a little bit about what we were going to be discussing today, which is some budgeting stuff. I was going to check in with you guys, see how it's gone so far. You had enough time to write down some things and, get started and, trial and error a little bit of it through the week and see how that goes. I don't usually like, oh, I do. It will grow on you. I believe that. I believe that. What you talking about, Miss Shirley, with my hands? Did I miss something? I missed something. But yes. So I know I had my budget planned out already. When we talked New Year's Eve, I start planning my budget for the following month about mid of the month that we're in. So about mid January, I will start planning for February because usually by mid January, even if I haven't paid a bill, I know how much my bills are for January.
Yeah,
So I received some kind of statement to everything by that time, no matter when they're due. So yes, I usually have it planned out, and some things came in a little bit more so far, and then I had at least one thing that came in significantly less so far.
that's awesome.
So I'll take it. I'll take it. Oh yes, yes, Miss Shirley. Well, I know yesterday you we didn't get to see you, so
You're right.
I knew you weren't feeling like 100% yourself, is what I understood. So that's why I asked. But yes. So everyone in here budget currently? Do you have a budget? I know you do, Tia. Do
I
you?
did not before you started talking about it.
Well, you do now.
I
How do
do.
you feel about it? How do you when did you do your first budget?
September, maybe last
Okay.
year.
How'd that go? Yep. That's how
But
they go.
I know, like, I was just starting, had no idea, got this over here, and this over here. And I feel much more confident about it now. When I did all my figures for January, it hurt my soul a little bit because we just came out of the holidays. So I was like, dang, Tia, what you do?
I
But
know.
because I have a wonderful teacher like you who's understanding, and it's like sometimes you're going to bump your head, you just get back up. I was like, that's
Absolutely.
fine. I'm going to get right back up into it. It's all going to get worked out.
Exactly. Exactly. So I want to preface by saying I am not a financial advisor. I just share what I did to get myself on a budget and get myself out of debt and be able to create a nice savings and things like that. To be really quite comfortable with my finances. So that's what I share here. And I'm willing to share how, it is trial and error in the beginning. That's why I asked you, how did it go the first month? It's going to be like that. And it's going to be like that sometimes the second, the third, the 20th.
Yeah.
You never know when, just like I said, my budget for this month, I had some things that came in because you can't predict utilities, you know, and sometimes they're going to come in different than what you anticipate because you can only anticipate based on your previous month. So, yeah, I had a couple things that did that, went up a little bit. And then, like I said, I had one thing that went down significantly, which was health insurance, which I'm not sure exactly why. It confused me a little bit, but it did go down. And I'll take it. I track my money in Excel spreadsheet. Awesome. I know a lot of people like to do it digitally. I'm a hands on person. So I like to write it down. I like to separate things out, which you can do digitally, but separate it out into categories as to kind of what it is, what I consider my fixed expenses, which is like mortgage, utilities, things that I can't just say, you know what, I'm not doing this month. I don't really have to have this. And then I have my variables, which is like my apps and my streaming, so Hulu, Netflix, all that. Those are things that if things have to get tight, they gotta go. I can live without them. And then I have what I call my sinking funds, which are funds that I'm gonna budget for, but at the end of the month they will be gone. So like your food, your gas, self care, whatever that is, if you budget an amount for it, you're going to end up using it that month. That budgeted amount is zeroing out. The next month, you budget for whatever you think you need to for that same thing. So yep, and then I have my credit cards if I use those, and then I have savings. So I'm at a point. I've been doing this for quite a while, so I'm at a point where I've thought of pretty much everything that I need to save for. But things come up. So like this year, the end of this year, um, I decided because there's this thing called what is that called when people kind of bring you into what they are into? They kind of oh, I can't think of the word, but because of Tia, I will say. And Tia's going to blame someone else because it is because of somebody else that she got into this, but it's because of her that I found out about the create room, and now I won't. So,
Shade.
just saying, this year I will be saving for a create room. Google it. You might want one too.
Google it.
But it's quite pricey, and yeah, could I go out and just get it? Probably. I could charge it, or I could go into my savings, but I'm not because I need to save for it if I want it.
That is on my list as well.
Hmm.
It's lower on my list, but it's on the list.
Yes. And things that you want to put away for or save for are going to depend on you and your household. What you need or what is needed for your lifestyle or whatever. But a lot of times we just spend because we can, because it's there.
Because it's there.
Hmm. And because we can, and we don't need to. We need to work smarter with our money. We really do. I am all right. So far, Michelle, for sharing. Thanks for sharing. Awesome. Yes. I was looking back to make sure I didn't miss anything, and I didn't. So I just want to mostly check in with everybody, see how things went. If anybody started a budget, I know Miss Cheryl said she kind of has one.
Mm-hmm.
And what I found by having a budget too is that I've I have when I want to do something, typically I don't have to worry about where the money's going to come from to do it. or when something comes up, because I do budget for those things that you can't plan for. So I have a budget for home maintenance. I have a budget for car maintenance. I have a budget for car insurance. I have a budget for clothing, things like that that I save for throughout the year. I don't wait until I need to get those things. Hey, Bam with Arthur Butler. How
Hey,
you
Bama.
doing? On the run, just stop to holler. Thank you.
Little drive-by holler.
Hey, I don't mind. But yes, so um I have several of them that I've shown them before where I do this envelopes, the savings envelopes, and I have like a binder that I keep them in. And then I have envelopes for all the things that, and of course, I have cutesy stickers because it's me, but envelopes for all the things that I want to be prepared for when they come up. And I may only have to put 15, 10, 15, $20, depending on what, in the envelope. So I have it for gifts, I have it for school and office supplies, I have home maintenance. My daughter, I have one for her that I buy her clothes and shoes and whatever I might need to get for her from. One for my grandson, so when I want to buy some for him. And then I have my car maintenance and my car insurance. And no, there is not cash in every one of the envelopes, because what I do, especially for like car maintenance, car insurance, once I get to where I want a goal of what I think I need to save for those type of emergencies or just maintenance, period, it goes into my savings account. Hey, Bougie.
Hey, Bougie.
We are talking about how our start of the new year has gone so far with budgeting. We talked about it New Year's Eve. You know, this year we're going to get it right. We're going to make all the steps we can to make it better. It doesn't have to be perfect. It's called perfection over perfection. Did I say that right? No, not perfection. It's I said that wrong. Progress over perfection. Oh,
Progress.
Jesus.
I was trying to
Progress.
think of a P word.
Listen, progress over perfection. Because mine ain't perfect still to this day. I do really good. But it's sometimes that I get really lazy about doing my budget and it ain't that good then. So there's that. You know, and that's what I noticed last year. I was really laxed on my budget because I felt like, I'm good. I know what to do. I don't really need to track it the same. But what I found is that I was doing a lot more spending. I was being a little bit more impulsive. Like things would come up and I'm like, oh, gardening season? Child, I have so many seeds. Where's my little seed thing? I have so many seeds just because every time I went somewhere and I saw seeds that I might want, I picked them up. This thing here is full of seeds for my garden. So I had to finally cut myself off from buying seeds. I don't need any seeds. I had to cut myself off.
Hey, Urban. Miss Shirley says, my budget is different. When you're retired, check once a month. You better budget to the penny.
But you should do that regardless, Miss Shirley. Quite honestly. And that's what's going to help so many people is budgeting to the penny. Hey, Urban.
Hey, Urban.
Is budgeting to the penny. Because I know what you're saying though, because you're quite right. Because there's no leeway. You getting that check, you better make sure you covering all your bases.
Mm-hmm.
But quite honestly, you should do that regardless with your paycheck. And I was sitting here the other night, and I was talking to Tia, and I was just sitting here looking really puzzled. And I was like, "Girl, I done did something wrong because I budgeted to the penny." But now I had some extra money and I was like, I don't know what I did. Something ain't right. Because now that I'm sitting here balancing, I ain't balancing. But I figured out what I did. I did figure that out. I moved money from a different account. Hey, Laquita, how you doing, sis? That's Blind Guy has watched their life.
Hey, the educated natural. Hey, y'all.
Hey, the educated natural. So I really try to budget to the penny. That doesn't mean that you have to leave, because I know people are not always comfortable budgeting down to the last penny, but it doesn't mean you're going to leave your account with nothing in it, but you still have your account having a job. So you should not have this leisure money just sitting there. Give it somewhere to be. May it be savings, may it be, like I said, home maintenance, car maintenance, things like that. Because when those things come up and you quick to go to that credit card that you got
Yeah.
to take care of
Yeah.
that matter, all the interest you're going to paying back that debt to get that one thing that you had to get taken care of done is not going to be worth it.
Yeah.
You could have had that money put away
Yeah.
all the times that you had a little extra money.
And that was one thing that I got from you that I never considered doing. I told you that even with talking to my 19-year-old about budgeting, I told her, you just got money sitting in your account, put it somewhere, make it do something. If you
Mm-hmm.
feel better with cash, get cash, put it in an envelope or put it
Mm-hmm.
for a rainy day savings, but don't
Yep.
just let it sit there.
Yep. And even as a 19-year-old, she's driving. She needs to get gas. She likes to go out to eat. She needs to have, like, when my daughter was 19, I had her budgeting for all that stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Like, sit down and reel it, because her thing was mostly getting her hair done. That was like a non-negotiable for her. Excuse me. But she was also a college student, and
Mm-hmm.
one thing about college students is they eat on the go a lot.
Mm-hmm.
So she was wasting a lot of money doing that. I was like, no. Excuse me, y'all.
Good.
I said, create a grocery budget, go to the store, buy some quick things that you can carry with you, some granola bars, some fruit, some stuff like that, so that you're not stopping at the cafeteria and paying them to get that stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Because she wasn't eating the actual meal. She was just stopping and getting stuff to
Snacking.
hold her over. To hold her over. Sorry about y'all. That y'all, I had a tickle. I had to drink something. But yeah, so I was big about her doing that, and like I said, now it's like second nature to her. Now, mind you, she's not as meticulous as I am with my budget, but she still is good with her budget. And I'm proud of her for that, for listening and actually using the tools that I gave her, because I'm like, I don't want you to go through what I did. I
Mm-hmm.
didn't here until my late 30s. I didn't
Mm-hmm.
get here until then.
Mm-hmm.
I went through all the struggles, of, figuring out how I'm gonna pay this utility bill, how I'm gonna do this, because the
Mm-hmm.
budget is just really tight.
And that's a big achievement for someone her age.
Oh heck yeah. Oh heck yeah. I remember when she bought her first car. This was probably 3 years ago. And I took her to the dealership I got my car from. And I told the guy, I said, we're just looking for certified used, because the warranties are still really good on those. And she found the car she wanted. He had her he was filling out all her information. And then he comes back, he's like, Mom, just in case, we haven't ran anything yet, but just in case, if she doesn't pass the credit check or whatever to get the financing, would you co-sign? I said, no, I'm not co-signing for it. She'll get it. I know she will, because I also keep track of our credit scores. And he's like, I know, but just in case she doesn't, no, I'm not co-signing.
Mm-hmm.
Now, the reason I don't is because that's a big no-no.
Mm-hmm.
Anybody in like financial expertise, which I am not, but people who are in it, because I work in the bankruptcy field, so I work with some folks who be about that life, will tell you, do not do that. Don't co-sign for nothing. This is what they say: do not co-sign for anything that you are not prepared to pay for yourself.
Mm-hmm. And that's such a good point.
Because if they cannot pay it, it still affects
It's on
you.
you. Mm-hmm.
So if you are not prepared to take on that responsibility, if they fall short, don't put your name on that paper.
Mm-hmm.
Period. So I told him no. He went and ran her thing, comes back. He's in all shock and awe of what her score is and that she, she was approved and got this great interest rate and all these things. And I was like, I told you she would get approved.
I knew it. I know what I'm doing.
Yeah. And I tell her the same thing with doing her budget. I'm like, if you have extra, throw it at that car note. Pay that car off sooner. You're going to pay less interest by doing so. So we just have to work our money smarter, so that because it's to me it's nothing like not having a car payment. I hate
Yes.
having a car payment. I do not have one now. Lord, please do not let nothing happen to my car. I do not like having it. My last car got totaled and I had to buy the car I have now. And when I tell y'all, I probably complained for a whole year about how unfair it was that somebody tore my car up and then I had to go buy something else because you want a reliable car. So I had to
Mm-hmm.
buy something else that I then had to pay for. I didn't have cash to just pay for it flat out. I was not happy. But what I did have is the knowledge already of how I could get it paid off faster. So I did do that. But
And
still,
how long did you say it took you?
2.5 years.
Shocking all y'all. Shocking
Two and
all.
a half years. Doubling up, tripling up payments whenever I could. Yep. 2.5 years had it paid off. And hopefully it stays that way. Because I'm that person who don't care about having the most flashiest car out there. They're always just like cell phones. They're gonna continue to make something new every year. Every year there's a new model. They throw
Yeah.
something new about a car out there. I ain't chasing that. I need my car to do what it's supposed to do. It's supposed to get me to the places that I
Supposed
want
to
to
go.
go, and I keep it maintained so that it can do so.
Mm-hmm.
That's all I need. That's all I need. So I, I know everybody's not like that. Some people like the flashy and all that. That's just not my life. Because in the end, those things cost money to maintain.
Mm-hmm.
Most times you're gonna be dealing with, is it gonna get repoed? How many
Mm-hmm.
people be hiding their cars at people's houses?
Mm-hmm. That's how I am. I'm like, you get a flashy car, afford it. Just make sure you can afford it.
That part.
You know what you can.
That part.
Don't
That's
buy
right,
that. Don't buy
unicorn
that
lady.
more than what you can
OCD.
chew. Hey,
Hey,
learning
I'm
on
trying to
my
grow my
own.
own.
Oh,
Hey there. But yes, give me to from A to B. And I work fairly close to my home. My car is a 2012 and it has about 80,000 miles on it. Y'all heard me right. It is a 11-year-old car with
that's the Tina
80,000
don't
miles.
be peopling, y'all. She don't
Mm,
be in them streets.
I don't. I don't be people in. But and I keep it maintained and all those things, but it's yeah, it's gonna ride until it don't. It's gonna ride into it don't. And that's actually something I do plan on at some point putting away for the
Mm-hmm.
day that it don't.
Mm-hmm.
So that
Yeah.
if I have to get something else, I don't have to complain for another year about a car note.
Gita says, I started paying my car notes weekly to pay them down quicker and pay less interest.
Absolutely,
Awesome.
Laquita. That's exactly what I did. Every time I went in there, whatever extra I had, I was putting it on there. Every single time I went into the credit union, I would pay, and they'd be like, "You need your payment is this? Uh huh. I want the rest." And don't ask me if I wanted to go on principal. Ain't nobody ever went nowhere and asked. No, I want you to pay my interest off. Just put it on where you know it's supposed to go. But these places, you got to be specific because they will try
Yes.
you.
You have to be specific.
They will try you. I'm doing great learning to grow your own. Listen, it's Friday. It's Friday. I didn't get paid, but it's Friday still. Every time I say that, I hear that song in my head. Just got paid. I don't get paid on Fridays, no. But it's a great day. Hey, and it's a great day to get your money right.
Unicorn Lady says, my car is 11 years old, 150 plus miles. Wow.
Yeah. But I will say that still isn't bad. Typically, what do they say, 12,000 a year is average
Mhm.
on warranties. They warranty you up to 12,000 a year for however many years the warranty will go to. So you still under that. You're still under that, right? Let me think. 2, 11, 22. You might be a little bit above it. Right about. You're right about it. But and yes, I do numbers in my head that quick. But it's still not bad. But I don't have to drive far at all. My job is maybe 10 minutes from me. Maybe 15 from me. So it's just not far at all. And mostly that's during the week. I'm just work and home. I don't usually have errands to run in the evening. I usually run my errands on Saturday. If y'all ever in Urban Gardening Chronicles lives on Saturday
Saturday
morning,
morning.
y'all would know. When I pop in to say hello, I'm always in them streets. She'd be like, "Girl, I know." She'll read my comments. She was like, "Gina in them streets," because that's where I be at. I run my errands on Saturday. I usually do my grocery shopping if I have to pick up anything from the grocery store, and any other random stuff that I might do. Lately, it had been going to the craft stores and stuff like that. Now I'm reeling that back because, yeah, I'm telling you, I was out here
Living
living
your best life.
my best life. Y'all, I got this cricket. You can't see it. I have a cricket that my cousin gave me. So I didn't pay anything for it. She wasn't using it. She said you can have it. But then I went and spent money on the accessory type things for it. And if you know anything about cricket, it's not cheap, nor
Hey,
is it.
J Princess.
So I have a heat press, I have a mug press, and cricket vinyls, all the things. Yeah, I lost my whole mind. I lost my whole mind and I have to reel it back in because I have a crafting budget. I already have a crafting budget, but I was ignoring that to get the things that I wanted. And now I need to reel it back in to where I'm only spending what I have budgeted I can. And if I don't have enough, guess what? I'll just have to wait till I get my next, because I do budget it for every month. So I get an amount to my crafting budget every month, which is, this one is a lie because I know I don't usually put this much in it, but I have 50 budgeted for the month of January. For that, it's usually 25, to be quite honest. I feel like I'm always, honey, you do be looking in these streets, but you got them kids. Yes, honey. To work lessons and extracurricular activities. I understand. Hey, J Princess, how are you?
Hey, J Princess.
I understand. But so what do you make with your cricket? Um, I made this.
I did this.
I did
And I
this.
did this.
So it says, cause what you not gonna do is come over here and disturb my peace. That's what you're not gonna do. I don't know if you probably haven't seen the other one. I do shirts with it. I did this. This is my mug, my tumbler. I created this. I've done several tumblers. Um, I've done mugs. I don't have any mugs in here, but I've done mugs with it. Um, what else have I done? I did a tote bag. So I don't know if you know what the Cricut is, but it's a machine where you can you use vinyls to stencil out stuff with the actual Cricut machine. So you can stencil out stuff for shirts, you can stencil out stuff for your planner. You could make stickers with it. And then the accessories like the heat press is what I use to press the vinyl on my shirt. It gets hot like an iron. You press it down for so many seconds and then it creates your shirt. Hey, Jova. How
Hey,
are you?
Jayla.
Is Triple Threat in here? Yes, she is. Hey, Triple Threat.
See her coming.
I saw somebody speaking. I'm like, is Triple Threat in
Let's
here?
talk about that.
And then the mug press is like coffee mugs. It has a special vinyl that infuses into the mug. So the mugs just look like the kind you buy in the store, but whatever design you create for it. So yeah, I create all kind of stuff with it. I be over here crafting a little bit, learning to grow your own. I be crafting, I be gardening, I be cooking,
Professional sticker maker.
be doing this. I think I'm a professional at all the things I do. Look at my painting. I'm Picasso over here, not Picasso. I didn't say it wrong. I'm Picasso. No, I just have fun doing stuff. I will try. I like um I like crafting. I like crocheting. I like painting. I didn't even find I liked painting until this year. Probably a few months ago, like maybe 5 or 6 months ago. But I do. I find all that stuff there. That's right. That's right. Urban Picasso. Yes. But I just have fun doing it. Thank you. Yes. I've done a couple shirts. I've done this one. I don't know if you've seen the YouTube see, YouTube do. I've done that one. Tia's done a YouTube. Actually, she's the one who started the YouTube see, YouTube do. Um, and then I did another one that was just kind of something I did myself that says I'm enough. And then it has like a little face on there. But yeah, I did painting with my granddaughter and it was fun. Yes. I like coloring too. My mom used to color all the time with my daughter. All the time. They had their own coloring books and their own sets of crayons apiece. And
You
my
gotta.
oldest daughter. And she would go over there and hang with my mom and they would color and they had their own little thing, their own little bonding thing that they did. Someday I'll learn to crochet when I'm Laquita, did you just call me a grandma? I know that's not what you're saying. But it still felt
But she said it.
like
Show me you're a grandma without telling me you're a grandma.
and I have been the first
Hey,
time I
Nikki.
crocheted, I was a teenager. My mom taught me how to do it. I like puzzles too, Miss Cheryl. Hey,
I love
Nikki.
puzzles. We have puzzles that are glued together all around here.
Yep. I've never done one that I've glued together. I have seen during the panini, I wanted to get some, but they were very expensive because the ones I wanted were ones that I wanted to be able to glue together and frame.
Mm-hmm.
And they're very beautiful pieces, but I'm like, it's a puzzle. It's still a
Yeah.
puzzle. You want me to pay $50 for no, ma'am.
I think the most I've paid is like, I think it's all 35 or 40, but it was a
Yeah.
panorama and it was long and it was every Disney character. And we have it. It's actually up in that closet behind us where it's all glued together. That took us a minute. And we have multiple ones framed. And they're around the house and everything. We like puzzles.
I don't know if I can part with that much.
Well,
Even
it's
though
like a painting. If you go to, like a furniture store and you get a painting, you're going to put it in a frame. You're going to hang it.
funniest thing is in my head, I thought, how many paintings do I even have in my house? One,
Behind you.
other than the ones I've done. I mean, that I bought like from the furniture store. I have one.
I
I
have
don't do a lot of stuff on my wall.
I have two, and then the rest are things that we've done. All things that we've
Yes.
done and put up there.
Hey, Erica, how you doing, girl? Trisha, help me. I ain't calling names. My hair. Oh, hush, Laquita. Hilarious.
Unicorn Lady says it's worth the peace of mind. Yes, they're very relaxing.
I agree. That's why I have so many crafting things that I do because it is
Mm-hmm.
relaxing. But I
Mm-hmm.
do have to pace myself financially with it because You can get carried away with
Mhm.
anything.
Hey,
Canning,
Erica.
gardening, cooking, crafting, any of the
All
things.
the things.
If it's the thing that you're passionate about, that you enjoy doing, for people who enjoy going out to eat, the budget of going out to eat can get really, especially these days,
Mhm.
really out carried
Mhm.
away. Anything. So, but if you budget it and you're like, okay, let me tell you something about one thing about budgeting. If you really want to be serious about it and stick to it, when you know there's a dollar figure to that thing that you can do. So, for instance, I said I budgeted $50 for crafting this month. I know I have $50 for crafting. I am going to be real particular about where my $50 goes.
Yeah. Yeah.
What thing is going to get when I go to the craft store? It ain't going to be like when I just take my car and swipey and don't care. It's going to be like, okay, so I know this vinyl for the Cricut is 18.99, but they be having it on sale for 50% off. So I need to wait for a sale.
I can wait. Mhm.
I'm gonna have to be patient and get it for half that price because I don't want to. I mean, I get one roll of vinyl. Let me show you what a roll of vinyl looks like. Like this,
Not much.
ain't much. This is a roll of vinyl, and this was not. This was 50% off plus show. It was like $8.99 because they had all the stores had them 50% off during the holidays. Hey J3GS Farms. So
Why?
and Crafty Mom Creation, hey
Hey, Pastor
there.
Mom.
But when you got $50, hey GT, because I see somebody speaking, I didn't see you come in. And
Hey, Gigi.
when you got $50 and you spend $20 on one of these,
Mhm.
and now all I got is $30 left. Oh, this is even in the same one. This is a different one.
Mhm.
And this one, this was $9.99. It has a sticker on it. I don't even think it's gonna focus, but it says $9.99. You see, it's yellow, so that means clearance most times. Anyway, I'd rather spend 10 than 20. Now I got 10 more to spend somewhere else. Just saying. What did she ask? What did Laquita
That's what
ask?
I'm looking for right now. Miss Laquita, where are you?
And I say, take it 1 month at a time as far as adding to your list of things that you want to
Delicious.
make sure you're preparing for. You find it?
Hey, Nikki, did Gina buy that painting behind her?
I painted this, Laquita, on Humble Stories Crafting. They did a winter painting, and this was the one I did. And I did this from a tutorial. So I started off with a blank canvas. I didn't finish it on the live. We did it live as well, Laquita, if you want to go see. I didn't do it. I didn't finish it on the live. I did everything on the live, I think, except for the angel and the person at the bench. Is that right? Maybe.
Mm-hmm. Yes, it was
I'm
just
not
the
sure if I
landscape
filled in
part.
all the snow around the trees either, and in the shadows, because of course these are the shadows of the trees, and then of course the trees. I don't remember if I put all the little snow embellishments on the live, but yeah, I did that. I didn't buy that. Hey, Veggie Farm. I
Hey,
want
Veggie
to type
Farm,
that
how
wrong.
are you?
Yes, GT. We be over there just listen. The most relaxing lives to pull up to are the humble stored lives. We just be over there crafting, talking, just kick back, laid back, chill. It's a good time. It's a good time, y'all.
It's a good time.
And we just do whatever. Like the paint, we don't typically paint. We did a fall painting, we did a winter painting. We might do some Cricut stuff. We've done some Cricut stickers before. I think we did. Did we make shirts live, or did we do that behind the scenes? We might have did that behind the scenes. I don't remember. You
So
might
I'm
have done.
behind the scenes, so they always blend in. But we have done shirts, we've done vision boards,
Mm-hmm.
um,
Crochet.
crochet,
Yeah.
planning. Gina
Planning.
taught us how to make her envelopes that she
Yep.
made.
Yep. Yep. My little savings envelopes that I use in my binders.
I'm up here punching holes in mine right now.
I show them how to make them, and they just go in my binder. Your money just slips right in there, and that there is where I keep my tally. It has two sides to it, so there's the one with the information of what goes in and out. So if I have to do something, this is my school and office one. See? And if I have to purchase something for my office or for my daughter's school stuff, it comes out of here. And I mark it as a wherever I go to get whatever it is or whoever I have to get it from, it goes in as a debit. And when I make a deposit into it, which I do monthly, it goes in as a credit. So let's see what we budgeted for school. $25 went in, is going in for January. I haven't done my January deposit yet because I have to go to the bank. But it goes in for January. And I typically do spend cash for these things. The only things that I don't, that I switch the money from cash back into my account, are like car maintenance, home maintenance, and stuff. But for my gifts, for my school office, it's cash. So when I know I need to go do something, I take cash to the store, because what you're not going to do when you have cash and you know you have a certain amount of cash, you ain't going to go in there and go crazy.
You're right. You're so
Because
right.
ain't nothing else. That's what I tell myself when I go in there. This is what we got. Ain't nothing else. So we got to make this work. Because when you got the card, I'm telling you, the stores are made, they are set up to catch your eye on certain things. So they set displays up to catch your attention. May it be the grocery store, the electronics store, the whatever store. When you go in there, it's set up to catch, they have things in certain places to catch your attention, and they have prices set that are going to catch your attention. And you're going to be like, dang it, I need one of those, or I can use one of those. Oh, that's a good price. I can. Next thing you know, you checking out, and you done spent $700, and you
It's
went in there to get some toilet paper, and then you get home and unload that $700 worth of stuff you just bought, and you ain't got no toilet paper.
mm-hmm.
Y'all know, y'all know how Target do us.
I feel attacked.
Listen, I'm attacking
Gina
myself.
done went on a run with me and saw it all.
I'm attacking myself. I am not above it. Listen, I know better, because they get me all the time. And don't hit me with a clearance end cap. Y'all listen.
That was
I'm
my
telling you.
downfall. Going in Hobby Lobby when there was no one else in there.
Listen, it's dangerous in some of these places because they know what to do. They put up a 50% off. They put up a 40% off. They
That's
put
their
up a
business. They are in the business of making money. They know how to make money.
yep. And we're in the business of falling for it. And I am guilty.
You
I
true.
am
You're right. You're
so
right.
guilty. I'm telling y'all. Yeah, I do enjoy listening and lurking on y'all at Humble. Nice. When I'm drinking.
Oh, thank you.
Thank you, Laquita. She said y'all skills are really coming up. Thank you.
Thank you.
Listen, I will try. I do trial and error. You probably saw where I was fussing during, was that the fall one?
No,
Which one was it
it
that
was that.
Lydia?
It was that first one y'all was painting on.
I was so out. No, it
Y'all want to
wasn't.
see a roller coaster.
Was it? It sure was the first one. Lydia was trying to help me do my angel wings, and I was like so stressed out.
I was stressed out.
Cell signs would get you every time. Veggie farm, girl. Listen, one thing about I remember the very first time I went into Hobby Lobby, like shortly after they opened them in my city, I felt overwhelmed immediately.
Yeah.
First of all, it's a huge store.
Ugh.
There's 50% off half of it, half of the store. There's signs everywhere from your place setting stuff for your dining room to your painting to whatever, like vases, and they set you up. I remember when I was going through the checkout, and I didn't buy that much when I went the first time because I didn't even go through the whole store. And the lady was like, "How did you like it?" I said, "It is overwhelming. I'm having anxiety right now. It's too much.
I
I
watched
want it all."
this video recently. It was one of those like little Instagram videos, and
Hmm.
it was a mother and daughter, and the girl was crying, but she was like laughing, crying. And my mom was like, she's crying because she went into Hobby Lobby with her own money for the first time. And she was like,
Mm-mm.
how much did you plan on spending? The girl was like 20. And they laughed. And then Bob was like, how much did you end up spending? She was like, 50. I spent it all.
Exactly. Exactly. Hey, whole new perspective.
Whole new perspective. How are you?
Listen,
Hey, Miss
I'm
Felicia.
telling I didn't. Oh, hey, Miss Felicia, because I didn't see her come in. I'm telling you, and it's true. They sometimes they do mark it up before a sale, but I am
Mm-hmm.
because I was a couponer for many years. I pay attention to prices all the time, and sometimes they ain't. Sometimes it's really on sale. Sometimes you're really getting a good deal. And then you can't have friends like Erica, my fly family. Y'all check her channel out because she will send you amazing Amazon deals that you almost cannot pass up. Urban, you know about this. And then you messing with your budget. And then she want to ignore you on these platforms because she don't want you to be fussing at her. Y'all remember y'all could drop Frugal in the chat to drop your channel link so that people could check you out. Definitely go check her out though. She does post on her community page, and she also has a Facebook group of some amazing Amazon deals. And even if you tell her something you may be looking for, she will find you a great deal. So, yes, they are really good deals. But Erica, lose my number. Lose it, but don't. That. But she did find me something yesterday, and it was something I really wanted. It was a nicer hydroponic because I want to grow out of one because I'm jealous of everybody else that she said I try to stay quiet. Everybody else who has it, and she found me a really, really good deal. So Urban laughing too because she know. Listen, she tearing us up, Urban. Okay, this is unrelated, but Gina, where did you get those lashes? I'm trying to get cute.
Her mama.
I was about to say, I was like, is she talking about my lashes? Bro, when I tell you I ain't got a bit more makeup on than the man on the moon, I don't do it. I do have lip gloss somewhere at my desk, but I don't even have that on. No, they're just mine. And I don't think it's my mama. I think it actually is my dad. My dad's side has very thick hair. And they're just, I guess you could say, kind of hairy. So I have very thick eyebrows, eyelashes, mustache that I have to shave, beard that I have to wax. It's a whole thing, y'all. Now I will get, if I didn't get rid of that stuff, then y'all be confused. Like I thought that was Gina. It's me. But yes, I have very, very thick hair. And funny thing is, right now it doesn't look like it, but I have no hair on my sides. This is very sure. I need to shave it because it's grown out a little bit on my sides or the back of my head. But yet it looks like I have a full head of hair. And I've worn it down and it looks like it, but it's not. That's all this because it's so thick.
Erica said Billy's in here lurking.
He stay lurking. I didn't see he ain't saying nothing. He just in here. Okay. I take it, Billy. Give me the view. And I'm gonna Erica in here, which is a good thing. So if she's listening and she's taking notes, then you're gonna be happy that she's in here because that means she ain't gonna be spending money like that. But what I understand is you need just as much discipline, so you need to be taking it in too. We're gonna be budgeting for those pew pews. We're gonna be budgeting. And for anything we need for them, we're gonna be budgeting. For those who don't know, Erica and her husband Billy, they have another channel that's called My Fly Family. Is their family channel. Then Erica has her own channel, Erica My Fly Family. They are part of the 2A community. You definitely should check them out,
Check
though.
them out.
Very, very, very good content. Erica's channel, she talks about a lot of different stuff. So she's into gardening. It's just you can find a lot of conversation over there. On the family channel, it's usually something related to A. And 2A, for those who don't know, is Second Amendment. So, but they have some really good conversations. Very good conversation this past week. They go live on Mondays at 8 o'clock. Go catch the replay. It was an actual really good conversation. Yes, GT, hydroponics for the win. What's your seed budget, Gina? So, good question, Veggie. Stacy. Oh, sis, I haven't done one. So, what I usually take it out of, like last year, is wherever I wanted to. So, you just told me something that I have not set up and budget for yet that I need to add to my list. Thank you. Because seriously, I have not, but I haven't bought seeds since the last gardening season. But I really am adding that to my list because I didn't think about that. I do need to do that because I will be buying some. I was telling Tia, I think I want to grow okra this year. I don't
Mm-hmm.
have okra seeds. Hey,
Hey,
Dorsha.
Dorsha.
Um, but I want to try it. And I always see something when I'm out that I want to get seed wise, and not even just seeds. If I need to buy compost, which I will, because I'll need to put more compost in my beds, my raised beds. So thank you, seriously, because I did not account for that.
So Miss Felicia says she's doing something, but she's still there listening. And Miss Felicia, Erica said she'll tag you on her community page when she finds a great sale. Um,
Thank you.
Laquita has a question. She says, "Are you harvesting seeds to be able to take them out of your budget?"
I do. Is I didn't do it for that reason, but I do harvest them because if I get something that did well, I definitely want the seeds from it. Last year, my garden did really well, and I didn't expect it to do as well as it did. Like I'm serious. Like pretty much everything from the spring garden grew. The fall garden, we got a horrible freeze, like what, right before Christmas.
Mm-hmm.
It wiped out everything.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, we were negative. If you guys saw my community page, we were like negative 20 somethings with the chills, with the winds and stuff.
That was right before Christmas.
And it took out my broccoli and stuff like that. I still have broccoli seeds, so that's not a problem. But yes, I do harvest my seeds. So when my things bolt or whatnot, I will harvest the seeds from them. Yeah. Okay.
Mike said he just ate some Christmas ham. Wish him luck. Urban says the ham should be okay. It's full of salt.
Yep, it's cured in a lot of salt. Yes. But yes, I definitely do that. Do you have a garden, Laquita? Do you grow anything? And in November, well, you guys, if you've seen some of my content I've done lately, I've done some recipes that are vegan. I think all of them are vegan. I think, but I've been eating more pescatarian lately. But I don't eat any meat. I did a challenge with My Best Journey in November, and we did a
That's
vegan
it, Johnny.
challenge. I said I did a challenge with her, Best Yet
I thought,
Journey.
I thought you said my best journey.
Did I? I meant Best Yet. Sorry if I did. I don't know what I said. um, but I've never been a big meat eater for many years, so I just didn't go back to it. So my this year, that's why I'm like, as I'm thinking of what I want to grow, I've already started planning for my garden for 2023, by the way. I'm sure the gardeners in the channel probably have as well. But I literally have it written
Hey,
down. I have
Martika.
a planner. Hmm.
I said, hey, Martika.
Oh, hey, Martika. I have a planner. I've written down where what I'm growing, which bed it's going in. I do all that. I've already started that. And I thought, you know what? I think I want to grow okra. I've never been, I didn't grow up eating okra. So it's, but I've never had it fresh out of a garden either. Laquita said I grow in a community garden and get most food from, yes, that's great though. That is great.
Mike says his hydroponics pay for themselves in first harvest. After that, profits forever. Whole New Perspective says you have some great vegan recipes, Gina.
Thank you. I usually, I one thing, I love to cook. I'll say that. I scour like Pinterest and stuff for ideas, but one thing I do not do is follow recipes. I am not that person. That's why I don't bake. Um, I did bake a pound cake recently, which I had in my stories. But y'all listen, and I followed the recipe for it. That's why I don't bake, because you have to follow recipes with cooking. I I I cook from the spirit. Like I take from whatever the recipe is, but it's gonna be my way.
Mm-hmm.
So I tell people, like, if I will say, when you're making something, especially if you see it on my video, do it your way. If you like, one thing I know I don't like onions. I see there's hardly ever a recipe that people make that don't have
Right,
onions in it.
right.
And guess what? Mine will not most times. And that's okay. I tell people all the time, because my oldest daughter, as much as I love to cook, she doesn't, and she needs recipes. And I'll be like, girl, I can't tell you how to cook because I don't cook that way. I just don't. You right, Tarsha. It has to be exact. Martika, we about an hour in, sis.
Let the ancestors lead you.
That part. And I do. I do. And that's how I eat. That's literally how I eat and cook. So yeah. And I like good stuff. I had never had curries before. And I've had that curry that I did the recipe for on my channel. I've made that twice so far. My daughter is actually requested me make her a batch now, because
What's
the
your
first time I
favorite?
made it, I shared it with her, and she every time she sees me, you need to make me some more of that curry, because she will eat a lot of meatless meals too. She loves meat, but she will eat a lot of meatless meals.
Miss Cheryl says that's the way to cook. I use the recipes as a guide, but it usually free fly.
Same. Cooking without recipes is the best way, but for me, all the delicious recipes have onions. You know what? That's what they show. That's what I see though. If you've noticed, I did make my curry with onion. But I have to dice it up very small. I'm gonna saute it. It's gonna be translucent, baby. It's got to be really soft. It's got to blend into the dish to where I don't know it's there. I like the flavor of onions. It's the texture that's an issue for me. That's me.
Martika says, no, what did I miss? How I missed the check-in I asked for.
That's okay, Martika. We look, run it back. So, because there's been a lot of people who come in since I had that question. And so, for those who were here for New Year's Eve, we were talking about starting this year off right, budgeting and whatnot. For those who want to get their budget tightened up, um, and, following and sticking to a budget. being able to get to a point where you can have a decent nest egg of a savings. And also, if you're trying to get debt free,
Fact.
we gonna work through those things. I think the first thing you have to do, though, you can't tackle debt and you can't tackle savings and you don't have a budget. You just can't. So, in my opinion, you just can't. I think once you get a budget and you in place and you really see what is going out and what is coming in, then you can figure out what you can put towards tackling debt. I think the first thing I would want to do is have some type of savings. That's what I did first. I saved up with every little extra amount I had when I did my budget. I saved up until I had $1,000 of an emergency fund. And once I reached that $1,000, I started using that extra money to pay extra onto my smallest debt. I did the snowball effect where you pay off your smallest debt first and then you go to the next smallest and the next smallest until you get all of them paid off. I did that. And after all my debts were paid off, all the extra went back to saving. So I built my savings up more than that $1,000 so that if the ish hit the fan, something happens, the panini, and you get laid off, which didn't happen to me, but it could have.
Mm-hmm.
I don't have to feel stressed out immediately. I have something there to be able to pay my bills for several months before I'm concerned.
Mm-hmm.
And that's what I did. But yes. So, how was what I was getting at? Look, squirrel. What I was getting at for those who weren't here at the beginning, and you were here for New Year's Eve, and you did start writing down that budget and start putting some things in place. How is that going so far? Now, that question isn't to ask if you did well with a budget because that's only been a week.
Mm-hmm.
If the question is, have you at least written down a plan? You've written down what all is going to come out, bill wise and whatever. So all your bills, your things that you need to sustain life, like food and toiletries and whatnot, and then what you're bringing in, and how is that going so far?
Hey, Pow Pow.
I do not do a digital. Hey, Pow Pow, it's been a while. Happy New Year.
New Year.
I do not have a digital spreadsheet. I'm old school. Not as old school as most people because this is still a fancy little planner, but it's a book. Because when I first started planning, I just used a regular spiral notebook, the kind that you use for
Mm-hmm.
school. That's what I use for my budgeting. But now I like the cutesy stuff, so I have like the cutesy planner, and I mark in here everything. All of my bills are marked in here about mid month. So Martika, I usually start planning my budget mid of the month prior. So mid December, I had already written down my January budget because I already knew what I paid out for like utilities and stuff or what I needed to pay out for December. So that's what I put over here for January because all I know is what I paid in December to plan for January. So I do that every month. And then on my budget book, it has budgeted and then it has actual. So I put in first what I budgeted for based on what the last month was, and then the actual is what I actually paid for that bill. Most of my stuff is auto deducted. So once it comes out, I just mark it as actual what it was. And then when I go to February, those actuals will go on to my February.
I have a
But
question.
yes,
When
ma'am.
you first started out, how did you determine how much each of your envelopes would get? So your envelopes for crafting or medical or anything like that.
When I first started out, I didn't do crafting and medical. My first budget, my first envelopes that I started with were grocery, gas. Um, I did grocery. I did gas. I think I did takeout, so like days for us to eat out,
Yes.
and couponing because I was couponing at the time. So, my grocery at the time before I started writing down my budget for my family, we were spending about roughly $900 a month for groceries and toiletries and things like that. That's a lot.
Mm-hmm.
And I was at every month that I budgeted, I brought that down more and more and more and more. And now I've been consistently budgeting $400 a month for a family of three, um, for at least 2.5 years. I can get our grocery now, mind you. Um, I do still have couponing in my spirit, so I do still watch deals. Um, so I will try to get as many things on deals as I can. And then, like, for instance, some months I might have got a good deal the month prior on a bunch of meat. So the next month I
You
still
don't
have
have
a
to.
$400 budget, but I might not have to buy meat like that. So
Mm-hmm.
I'll try to stock up on canned goods or shelf
Mm-hmm.
stable stuff.
Makes sense.
Um, and then what I usually try to do is still have at least probably $30 or so every week. That's just for like those fillers, milk,
Mm-hmm.
eggs, bread, stuff like that. Because you know you're going to usually buy that every week. And then fruit or fresh vegetables, I buy those by the week based on my meal plan, which is something I'm getting back to because I used to be very good at doing meal plans. And I will tell you, meal planning and meal prepping doesn't only save time, but it is just like it just makes you feel better
Yeah.
about life.
Yeah. Erica says, I did write down my plan. Urban says, working on my new budget. And
Awesome.
Unicorn Lady says, also, how long will you hold on to an envelope if it doesn't need to be used, like car issues?
I now my car maintenance and my home maintenance, I start them in my binder. They're in here, and I start saving in here. Once it gets to a certain amount, I move the cash to my bank. So car because you're just those are things that you're just saving for in case. So I don't leave those in my binder forever. Once it gets to a certain amount, I move it into my bank account, which
Mm-hmm.
I have another thing that I keep track of what's in there. Where is it? I keep track of what's in my bank account for certain things. I don't know what I did with it. It usually is right in my drawer, but I must have moved it for some reason because I don't say it. But I have another. It's not a planner per se. It is a planner. I take that back. It is a planner. I just don't use it as a planner. I just kind of use it as a tracker to keep track of what's in the account and what the money is for. So there's four things that I put into this particular savings account. The money for my car insurance, which I save for prior. So my car insurance for 2023, I have had in that account since sometime long into 2022. My car insurance, my home maintenance, my car maintenance, and my subscriptions. So my subscriptions include my Ring doorbell. My daughter has a Nintendo membership. It's like $20 a month, and then no, it's not $20 a month. $20 a year because these are all year subscriptions, and then my Sam's and my Costco and my daughter's homeschool program that I use. Those are my subscriptions, and that money goes into my savings once I build it up.
You made me think about that. I'm writing it down.
Our budget has improved since I started using coupon apps. Yes. Yes. You know what? I need to start dropping. I need to update my Nightbot a little bit because there's a it's actually not a coupon app. It's a receipt app that I really love. Um called Fetch. And I use it every time I buy something. All you do is snap pictures of your receipt and you get points. And sometimes you just get points for the receipt, but sometimes the manufacturers who are looking to see if their items are being bought, you get extra points for that. I keep those points all year. And at the end of the year, I cash them in. You can cash them in for gift cards. They're all e gift cards, but you can cash them in for stuff like that. This year, I ended up cashing it in for a $25 Amazon card, which I'm kicking myself right now that I just now thought about that because I could have used it to buy that hydroponic. God dang it. I forgot I had it. Anyway, I cashed it in for a $25 uh, Amazon card. Last year, I had enough points to cash in for a $75, well, three $25 Amazon card. I think I had a 50 and a 25 Amazon gift card last year. So, yes, Humphrey, I love Fetch because it's just too easy.
We
All
do
right.
that with my mom. My sister will sometimes do like the grocery deliveries and people leave their receipts.
Oh
And then
yeah,
like when we are out on the weekend and everything, we just keep a baggie and we give my mom all of our receipts and then
that's what my
she
daughter do to
might
me.
cut us in on the
Listen, that's
profit.
what my daughter do to me. We go to the store together every other Saturday. When we check out, she hands me the receipt. I be like, give me run me my
That's
receipt.
my mom.
And then I give her crap if all I get is the receipt bonus. I'm like, you ain't here to buy nothing to give me no extra points.
That's my mom. She look at my receipts. Oh, these
Listen,
expired. Y'all.
listen.
Oh, she like,
Run me my
woo, y'all
receipt.
spent
Don't
some
put that in
money
your
on
pocket.
stuff.
Run me my receipt. And I gave her the app. She got the same app, but she never uses it. So she gives me the receipts because I will scan them. I absolutely will. I cannot. And I will say that I used to use when I was couponing, I used to use Checkout 51. I used to use what's the other one? There's Checkout 51 and there's another really popular one. The thing I did not like about those apps, when you're shopping, you have to snap the coupon, like push the coupon into your available coupons prior to shopping. So if I go shopping, not realize I'm going to buy an item that there's a coupon on there for,
Mm-hmm.
but then after I shop, I realize, oh my gosh, I just bought that. I could have got X amount of points for it. I can't get it
Mm-hmm.
after the fact.
Mm-hmm.
I don't like that. So I used to miss out a lot of times because of that, because I might have only bought something because it was on a really good deal when I got to the store.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
And I may have had a paper coupon. The thing with the apps is you can use your paper coupon, get the deal in the store, and still use the apps. So I got away from those a little bit because Fetch is too easy. I created a Google spreadsheet since I can't do physical. That's okay. Wondering if anyone has free resource for official ones. There are some apps. Have you looked into some apps for budgeting? I used to use, I have to figure out what it's called. It was, I hate saying giving them promotion, but it was Dave Ramsey's app and it's free. And I used to use it for my budgeting before I started doing this type. I used to use his app and I used to use a regular spiral notebook. But there are other apps. You could probably just put in budget apps in your Play Store, or if you're on iPhone, which I know you are, Martika, because she gives me grace that I'm not, and she has to look at my green bubble when we talk. um, there are apps now. iPhone don't be all as free as Android do be apps. So y'all be coming with the shade. We don't pay for apps over here. But yes, check out your app store. I moved my extra pass. Oh, now listen, Laquita, and I be over there every time y'all be talking about investments, I'll be checking because I have I have a little investment that I play with on oh, what is this? Robinhood. I have a little bit of money over there that I play around with. I don't
Okay.
know enough to be really playing with too much money over there, but I think I've made some money um on there. I haven't checked it lately. Uh-oh. I'm recognizing my finger. I, I'm up to $163. I've only invested 100 of that. So
Wow.
$63 is what I'm up. But I don't know enough to really feel comfortable putting money to that stuff like that. So I need all the tips and information people can share to where I can feel comfortable investing in that way. But I've been looking more and one of my goals is to invest in real estate. I just feel safer with real estate than the market, but that's just me. That's just me. Yeah. Tell me
So
what
one
y'all.
thing I looked for on my bank account, because when I started doing my budget, I started rounding up. Like I wouldn't go to the penny. I would round up. And then
Mhm.
it would throw me off because then I had more money in there than I anticipated. So
Mhm.
I had even reached out to my bank to see if they had some type of roundup savings because I know some banks do. So where like
Mhm.
if I
Mine
spend
does.
250, it charges me $3, but 50 cents goes into another
Yep.
savings account. My bank does not, but I would love to do something like that where it automatically rounds up for me.
I said mine does, but my bank does not. My credit union does.
Credit union.
Yes,
Okay.
my credit union does, and I've actually, y'all, the world in this world, we are creatures of habits with everything that we do. I have had my bank account with my bank since I was 16. I got my bank account
Mm-hmm.
from after I got my first job
Mm-hmm. Same.
and my first real job, guess you could say, where I got an actual paycheck that I was going to get a W-2 for. And I'm still with that bank out of the fact that I've always been with that bank. But y'all, the fees that y'all don't see
Yeah.
from banks is that's
Yeah.
how you think they make their money. You think they just saying, oh, you could just sit your money here and we just so kind to hold on to it for you and make sure it's all good and everything. No, they making some money that you ain't seeing because you
Mm-hmm.
don't really notice it, but it's
Mm-hmm.
happening. And that's with everything, mortgages, cars, all the things. Like when you get a mortgage and you close with these people, and now this person is the place you pay your mortgage payment to. Child, listen, yeah, they getting some money. You like, nah, because principal and interest is this, and this part going to my taxes, and this part going to my insurance. You ain't seeing it. It's there.
Mm-hmm.
It's
Mm-hmm.
there. I used to work at a mortgage company 20 years ago. I know it's there.
Mm-hmm.
Anyway, we are creatures of habits, needless to say. It is cheaper and more beneficial to bank with credit unions. But because they're not as widespread and big as your big banks,
Mm-hmm.
a lot of people don't do it as much. And that's why I've had the hardest time moving my money from my other bank to my credit union because they're not as convenient. But guess what? That might be better because when your money is inconvenient, you won't get to it as easily to
Yep.
spend it.
Yep.
But I think that because I don't want it to be inconvenient, I haven't done it. I probably have equal, almost half, close to equally as same amount saved in each one of those savings. It don't make sense. I need to move the money over
Mm-hmm.
to my credit union from my bank. I need to shut it down at the other bank, but I habit, habit, guys, habit. I am guilty as well. Fetch is good. Have you ever used? I have not used Flues. Haven't heard of that one. It works like Rakuten. I know what Rakuten is. Now, before it was Rakuten, it was Ebates, and that's when I was tearing them up when it was Ebates. I had stopped using it, and then when I finally started to think about using it again, it had changed over to Rakuten. Not that there's anything wrong; it's the same thing. It just changed names. But I don't buy online as much as I used to use that one as much. But I like it. It's a good any rebate apps that give you money for doing just what you're going to do anyway makes sense to me. Can I share what Martika? What did I miss? Did I say something that I didn't elaborate on? Maybe ever use honey? I've heard of honey. Isn't that the one that will find coupons for you? I think I've seen creators advertise have ads on their platforms for honey. It can be annoying but good. I can email it. Oh, you were talking to Unicorn Lady. Sorry. um, PayPal. Honey is by PayPal? Hmm.
I didn't know that.
I didn't either. That's right, GT. I'm never leaving Android. I am not fascinated with iPhones. My oldest has an iPhone. I'd be like, girl, how do you do this?
Mm-hmm.
I'm not a fan. We don't have to go down to and mess up. That's right, Laquita. Mess up our budgets on the iPhone. Listen, I'll look into it. Okay. Mommy Trader here at YT follow. Is that the name of the channel? And then, do they be really give? Because some people be giving you just enough and then it's like, but we can go into debt by doing X, Y, Z. I need. Listen, this is foreign. That's foreign territory for me. And let me tell you something. When I want to learn something, I will show. When I wanted to learn how to coupon, I went to YouTube University. I would come home, cook dinner, get everything taken care of with the family, and I would sit in front of my laptop with my notebook, and I would take notes on this lady who taught literally like I think the way she taught anybody can learn how to coupon. And she's still on YouTube. She's been on here for many many years. She is. Mm, give me a second. It's gonna come to me. But she teaches it. I'd still follow her, I'm sure. She teaches it like in a way that you can understand for those who would like to learn how to coupon. When I was couponing, I will tell you, I listen, I got stocked up on so much stuff for the low. People don't realize how much money they can save at the drugstores. You know, the drugstore where they mark everything is marked up. Uh,
Mm-hmm.
thing a body wash can be $8.99 there, but you probably could go to Walmart and get it for $5.99. But if you're a couponer, you could figure out how to get it for $1. And I didn't make that amount up. That's a real amount because I did it. I used to get Dove body wash for 75 cents all the
Don't
time.
you still have like your couponing days stockpiled?
Hmm?
Like certain items from where you would get it and be able to get it so cheap, and you still have some of that stuff?
Mhm. I haven't bought laundry soap in 5 years, I think, maybe 6.
Crazy.
Body wash, maybe 6. Deodorant, about 4 or 5 years. Um, Toothbrushes, about 6. And I don't mean cheap toothbrushes, y'all. I mean them 5, 6, 7, 8, $10 Oral B's and
Or what
Crest
will
and
be?
Colgates. I'm talking about them good ones, them fancy feet ones, not the electric ones, but them other fancy ones. The manual, the ones you gotta do your work, but they fancy still. Mouthwash. I never paid for toothbrushes, toothpaste, or mouthwash. Always free. Always free. And try to make money on them. Try to make them pay me to get it. I used to be about that couponing life. It ain't out of me. I don't get the same enjoyment from it, and it's probably because I used to coupon so much that I used to sell stuff from my stockpile, and it got to a point where I was only couponing to supply my stockpile, and
That part will
I
suck
lost
you
the
dry.
joy. I lost the joy, and then I just stopped couponing. I don't know why that ladies. It was right there until I got ready to say her name, her channel name. It's not a name. It's not a person's name, and I can't think of it. It's gonna come to me in the middle of me talking. Watch. Um, just keep practicing and watching investment videos as you learn to grow money. Okay, 63 free on top of 100. Yep, I've earned 63. And I have that Doja coin. That thing, I got it like it for like 3 cents, I think, when I got it. And it goes up. I might have went up to like 20, 30, 40 cents at one point. Then it's plummeted. Then it kind of does this. I'm like, I ain't touching it. It ain't like it's that much money I put on it. Maybe $5, $10. Let it do what it's gonna do.
Martika says, teach me. I need to learn to coupon. She does have some couponing videos on her channel.
You got to go back, Marquita. They probably 3, 4 years old.
Are they in
And
the
I was
playlist, Gina?
Do I have a couponing one? I think I do.
I'm looking. I got you.
And I would literally go do the deals and I would show you piece by piece what I did to get the deal at the price that I got it at. I was doing couponing at the point first of all, one thing I tell people when you couponing, go to the same stores, get to know your managers, so they know you ain't in there trying to be ripping them off. Because some people there is coupon fraud out there. Let them know that you don't see my face. I ain't in here trying to do you wrong. I'm doing you right. I
Mm-hmm.
knew all my store managers had at least two of them. Yeah, it was just two of them who would text me when things would go on deals, so that I could, like, if they were clearancing out stuff, they'd be like, "Hey, I got these that I'm clearancing out. You want me to set them to the side for you?" I kid you not. I kid you not. I had great relationships with the people that in the stores because they saw me all the time. They would see me first thing in the morning, going through the aisles, getting my stuff together. I was getting to the point where I was doing deals just because they were going to be free, but I didn't need the stuff. So I would donate it to the women's shelter, like um, shampoos and stuff like that, or body washes that I absolutely couldn't use because my skin is a little sensitive to some stuff, and makeup stuff. I would get make coupon for makeup just because it was free. Donate that stuff to the women's shelter, and I would even let the ladies and stuff at the stores. I would say, hey, I got a deal on this L'Oreal. I don't use this. Do you like L'Oreal? They'd be like, yeah. I'm like, come pick out like 4 of them because I got coupons and it's gonna be free. So just go on and pick out what you want. Just make relationships with the people, even with the big stores, like my big grocery stores. I got to know the managers and stuff in the stores, and they will, long as they know you ain't in there trying to commit couponing fraud, they usually are pretty good to work with you.
It's sad that that's the thing,
It
couponing fraud.
is. It is. People will make their own, just like people will do checks on the computer. They
Mm-hmm.
will make coupons on the computer so they can get a $50 item for free. You're never going to get a $50 coupon from somebody. It's just never going to happen. Y'all still going back and forth with the Droid iPhone. So funny. Google Doc will. Oh, nice. I'm behind a little bit, guys, because I was going through slow. Only apples in this house. That's right, Unicorn Lady. She said the only apples in this house is the kind you eat. Me too. I love apples. That used to be my favorite fruit. I'm not sure which one is now. It's probably between apples and bananas.
I
Can you
like oranges.
My email. I Unicorn Lady, do I have your email, sis? I think so. Do you have?
I don't have it.
I can't remember if I do. Let me know if I have it. If I do, I absolutely can. And if I don't, if you send it to me, Unicorn Lady, you know my email is dropping in the no, it's not. Let me put my banner up. Where is it? There. You could just email it to me.
So
But
while
I
we've
think
been
I have
sitting here, I made all my envelopes. I got holes in them. Got my budgets all ready to go.
awesome. Awesome. And
I've
like I
done
said,
my
guys, when I first started,
challenges.
my envelopes were like I only had like four. And my envelopes were not these cute little clear uh stickered envelopes. They were the envelopes you send a letter in.
I
That'll
like
do.
these. Excuse me.
That'll do. Whatever you need to work with. And I would take my envelope to the grocery store. And if I had coupons, they'd be in that envelope with it. And I had my grocery list because I would have done my grocery planner. Where's my grocery planner at, by the way? Because I just bought a new, not grocery planner, a new meal planner
Meal planner. I need to get
um,
mine out. I
for
need to get
this.
mine out.
Yeah, I just bought one for this year. And I haven't done any meal planning. And when I say meal planning, I usually do it for the week so that I know what I'm gonna have for dinner every day, so I don't have to think about it. So yeah, I don't have any type of like affiliates and anything like that where I'm getting money back from anybody. But this planner I love. This is my second one. These are not inexpensive, but they're not like ridiculous either. This one might have been like 30. Was this 40? Maybe 30 or 40?
I think it was
I
30.
think 30. Okay, because I think the 50 is what they usually are. My last one was the original price. These are Carrie
L.
Carrie L planners. And what I love about them is, first of all, in the beginning, and I have a video on these too. The one I had, my original one. So the video is probably a few years ago.
And she's in the
But
algorithm. So if you just type in Carrie L,
that's
it pops
true.
up.
This page is just for like resources and stuff. She has a section for your inventory. So like it has every part of your inventory, your fridge, your freezer, your cabinet, your spices, and then you have your meal plans. So you can do your meal plan by the month. And then it also has a weekly meal plan. And as you can see, there's words in there. That's because I did do November. I did one in November. And so what I like about it though is that if you do your meal plan of what you plan on having every day of the week. And say for instance, you know you need things to make these meals come together. So maybe like I had chicken Philly um, on Monday. If I needed the hoagie rolls, I could put that over here because that's my grocery list. This tears out. Just perforate it, tear it out, take it to the store with you, get the items you need from the grocery store. You already know what your meal plan is for the week. This way, you're not just willy nilly spending money. You already know what it's going to be. You know what you plan on eating all week. You got your grocery list to fill in the things that you might not have to make those meals come together. And you ain't going to spend a whole bunch of money. Just saying. I love this thing. And in the back, she even has section here for gatherings. So like how we just had Thanksgiving and Christmas, you can fill out what you plan on having for your event. It has the appetizers, the side dish, the main course, desserts, drinks, things for kids, and any supplies you might need. Grocery list as well for that one that tears out. Yeah, I love this thing. And I used to be and it has a notes section in the back. I used to be very good about doing this meal planning because it just made my life easier. I didn't have to think about one thing about my family. They were the worst for giving me ideas of what to have for dinner. I could be like, what do y'all want for dinner? I don't know. But they'll eat whatever I cook. So I used to just prep it, do a meal plan, and that's what they were gonna have. I knew what it was gonna be, they didn't. That's how we did it here. And meal prepping I do as well, where I will prep up if I get a good deal on something. Say I find a good deal on beef, I will prep it up in um, vacuum seal bags or freezer bags, depending on how quick I think I'm gonna go through it, and freeze it. I prep meatloaves, I prep meatballs, I prep burgers, I prep cooked ground beef. I will cook up a whole bunch of ground beef, put it into either vacuum seal bags or freezer bags, and put it in my freezer. Just lay them flat so they don't bulk up the space in your freezer. Um, and then when I need to make tacos or spaghetti, I made tacos yesterday. I just pulled out a baggie with some cooked ground beef, put it in my fridge. When I got home from work, it was thawed out. Dumped it into a skillet, put some taco seasoning and garlic and stuff like that in there with it. And we had tacos. Telling y'all, I live this. I love this life of easiness, the convenience of doing taking time out to be exhausted one day to have many days of not being exhausted. That's what I'm about. When I do my garden, I will chop up like my
So I'll
onions and
put
stuff
the
like
link for your.
that. What's that one?
I'm sorry. I said at first one I put the link for your couponing playlist, and then I put the link for your meal prep book for you.
Thank you. And yes, I love anything that just makes my life easier. Seriously, we eat out a lot. It's part of our meal plan. Hey, if it's part of the plan, because you said you be in them streets all the time. But Laquita,
It's part of
it's
the
all
plan. I got the same book, and every Wednesday I do Wing Wednesday, and best believe Wednesday is in there.
yes. But Laquita, we could save some of that eat out money, even though we on the go so much. And if you have a day where you could spare an hour or two to just be in that kitchen and prepping something to that will make it easier for the day that you got to make those rippings and runnings, that you can still
Mm-hmm.
provide a meal out of your own kitchen for the family that costs you a fraction of what that meal is that you're going to have to pick up on the go. I'm just saying, it's doable. It is doable. I do full
Dana got
meals
me
that
meal
I
prepping,
prep.
y'all.
Listen, I listen. Tia told me she was getting a new freezer. I said, "Oh, you need to prep. You need to take a day," and she did. I said, "You need to take
I
a day and
did.
prep. Cut up
I did.
things, put things in baggies. That way, you already have a proportion to whatever meal you need to make for your family. If I buy a roast, I already dump all the things. Like if I want to do
Yep.
Mississippi pot roast, I dump all the stuff in the baggie. I mean, yeah, or the bag, or if I want to vacuum seal it, stuff it all in there, zip it up, put it in the freezer. Then when I know I'm gonna make it, put it in the fridge the night before in the morning, dump it into my crock pot, set it, leave, go to work, come home, and house smells like heaven. And all I gotta do is make what I'm
And when
gonna
I
make.
tell you we got that freezer November 8th, and here it is January 6th, and that freezer is full. That freezer is full of prepped meals. Prep.
Meals, veggies, whatever. I prep, like I was gonna say with the garden, I prep my peppers and stuff. So that's
Yep.
why I like to grow a lot of bell peppers. I
Mm-hmm.
know I'm gonna cook with them. So I will dice them, I will slice them, I will freeze them. Onions the same. Dice them, slice them, freeze them.
Mm-hmm.
That way when I'm
Mm-hmm.
ready to cook with them, I just pull
Hey,
out
Nola.
some and there we go. Hey Nola.
Mm-hmm.
And there we go. I love it. It's exhausting. Don't get me wrong. I'm not, and just like with couponing, I tell people to, couponing is not for the faint at heart. It's a lot of thinking. You probably need to be a little good with numbers because you have to a true couponer. Now you could be somebody who uses coupons. There's a difference. A person who uses coupons is not technically what is thought of as a couponer. A couponer is that person that you see going to the store and their total came up to $150 and then they give the cashier their coupons and then the cashier says, That'll be $9.22, please. That's a couponer. I have literally gone into a store that's paid me.
Gina,
When they
what
don't
has
have a
been
store in
your
here,
biggest amount that you've saved on?
I think it was, and the only reason why I'm looking at my phone is because I had a cashier who was so impressed. She was the manager, actually. She was so impressed with the deal that I did that she was like, "Can I take a picture of your receipt?" And I was like, "Sure." And she took a picture of it and
This open?
dang it, yes. And posted it, and then I posted it on mine. So this one was, and the manager, yep, this is it. So I bought 14 Johnson and Johnson baby products. I had 3 things of deodorant, 6 razors, 7 toothpaste, 7 things of toothpaste, and I paid 36 cents. 36 cents. I don't even think that was my best one, to be quite honest. Because like I said, I've been paid before. I went to Kmart one time. I think I had got, matter of fact, I might have a picture of what I got there. I think I got laundry detergent, um, some baby toilet paper, stuff like that. And the cashier owed me like 20 something cent. She's like, I owe you money. I'll take it.
Wow.
I'm just, good night,
Wow.
Veggie.
Good night, Veggie. I thought
Hey,
I
Planter.
saw
But yeah,
Lakita
so
said,
I was
I
really
cook a
about to
lot. We
lie.
just make our Ethiopian and restaurant.
Who
Hope the
said that?
Ethiopian restaurants get a lot. Laquita.
She said they eat at the Ethiopian restaurant a lot.
She says, I cook a lot. We just like our Ethiopian and Guinan
Oh,
restaurant. We helped
okay.
the Ethiopian restaurant get a grant. That's wonderful for
That
10K. And
is.
my daughter works at the Guinan spot. So it's, I know that's right.
That's different because you're doing that because that's what you guys enjoy to do. I thought maybe you were going out because you're kind of on the run a lot.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, Martika, I used to
Well, we do
kill these.
breakfast every morning on the weekend, me and my husband, and I have an envelope because, I like to treat too. It's breakfast, it's cheaper than dinner too. So I got
Mm-hmm.
myself a little breakfast envelope.
Mm-hmm.
So when we do go out,
Mm-hmm. Yep.
here's
One of the first envelopes
that
I had
McDonald's
to
number
do
3 is on me.
was her coffee envelope. She's not very nice if she's not on her coffee. I was like, you need a coffee envelope. She was hitting up Starbucks every day. Y'all know that Starbucks coffee expensive. I was like, you
I
need a
was. I
coffee
was.
envelope. You know what happened when she started spending cash for her coffee? Where you get your coffee at, Tia?
I get my coffee at Dunkin' Donuts now
Oh,
for
is it as
$3.
is it as expensive as Starbucks?
No, it's $3.
Oh,
And it's just
$3.
coffee. I ain't had mocha and I don't know how long.
Mm. Oh, and do they have an
And
app?
I have an app and it gives me
Mm.
points. I got like 4,000 points. And
Oh,
I don't even pay for that coffee because
oh,
people gift
oh.
cards.
So you found a way to not only
I
save
found
money on your coffee,
but
but also get it free?
there is a way. But I have
That
my
part.
coffee every morning.
That part.
I've started coming into my office and the lights all dark. I don't even turn the lights off. I'll put the lights like under the computer, but not the office lights. This girl knocked on the door, opened the door, and I'm like, I'll come back.
I'll come back. You ain't had enough yet. I have one employee that's like that. Like if she come, I'm like, have you had your coffee? I'm about to go. Don't talk to me until you've had your coffee. We cannot talk until you've had caffeine because you are not nice.
Mike, I've tried to making it at home and it's not the same. Or I'm always running late but I can do it on my app. Usually I have it timed now. I let Kodak outside, I come back in, finish up my makeup, order it on the app, let Kodak back in the house, and I'm gone. And Duncan is literally on the way.
She could, Martika, but you know what? I give her kudos for the fact that she found a way to budget for it and still make it even less. Because she's probably saving is probably half the cost of Starbucks.
It is. It
That's
is.
something. Like I said,
It
it's
would be like
progress over
$6.
perfection. Yep.
$6 and Starbucks points build up really, really slow. I don't get anything for almost 2 months, get a reward for almost 2 months. Dunkin' is $3 and they have boosters. And like I said, I've only been doing this since like I think it opened October 20th or something, and I've already got 4,000 points due to the boosters, and I could cash them in, but I'm waiting until my gift cards run out
Yep. Oh
so I
yeah,
can
because
get
her
my free.
employees, because she's not very nice, they got her coffee gift cards because they want to keep her happy. I love it. I love it. But wait a minute. I just saw
Hey, tactical.
Tactical Billionaire Defense up in my chat. Hey, fam.
Welcome.
And like they said, hit that like button. Hit that like button, y'all. And y'all can share. Y'all can share. But yes, I am all about making things easier and convenient, but still not taking away from what you enjoy as well. You got to have your things. Like I
Mm-hmm.
have what I call my self care envelope. So that's where I might go get my nails done or my hair done, or I might buy me a new pair of earrings, or I might whatever. If I'm out of crafting money, hey, I can take it out of it's my self care. So if I
Mm-hmm.
want to do my crafting stuff out of my self care envelope, that one is a little more generous than my other ones. My meaning my crafting and stuff, but it's my self care. I gotta take care of me too, y'all.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
I gotta take care of me too. I have to have some things that allow me to wind down and make me feel like I can't be mommy and wife all the time. I gotta be Gina sometimes and enjoy just being me.
Mm-hmm. And you
So
taught me
think
that. I've
about
got
those.
my self-care envelope. I've got my purse and shoe envelope in case I need to go
Yep,
buy some purses and shoes. I got
yep,
them. I got them.
yep. You got to think about that too. Like it's okay to do something for you. Because if you're always just taking care of everybody else, that's gonna get tiring after so long. So have something for you. If your thing
Mm-hmm.
is um art or crafting or going out to eat or going to the movies or whatever it might be, make sure you, you know, plan for that as well. It doesn't have to all be about bills, bills, bills. But like I
Mm-hmm.
said, I was telling Marquita earlier, I actually have a envelope for my daughter, which Marquita, I don't know if you were here to see my envelopes. This is my binder that keeps them. And this is I call my daughter Moo Moo. So it says Moo, and she is not a baby, but I still call her Moo. She's 13. But I use this envelope to save for clothes, shoes, whatever I might need to get for her on that type of thing. The things that I would do to just her everyday taking care of her life. So clothes, shoes. I don't do toiletries or anything out of that because that comes out of our household stuff. But yeah, and I usually put in $50 a month towards that. I have always, even with my oldest daughter, I have a 26-year-old and I have a 13-year-old. And when my 26-year-old was younger, what I would do is in the fall, we would go and get clothes. So we get clothes that would go through fall and winter. And then in the spring, we go and get clothes and that goes through spring and summer and shoes or whatever. And I do the same thing with my youngest. And so I put $50 a month in there because she really doesn't grow out of her stuff as much as my oldest would. So her stuff lasts longer. And I find that I don't even spend $600 a month. I mean, a year on stuff for her. I just don't. Plus, she doesn't like certain things, so she likes like the leggings and stuff like that. Those things are just cheap. So I don't have boys that I'm paying for $100 tennis shoes and stuff like that. So that
Mhm.
makes a difference. She doesn't require a whole lot um, of money. So that's how I do that. Just so like say you come up on a deal, which I always look for, and you can stack up on shirts or something. Like maybe you found a bunch of different sweaters on sale for $9.99 or something like that, and you want to buy 4 or 5 sweaters for your child. You can do that because you got money sitting there that you could just
Yeah.
do that and get that deal when you see it. Or tennis
Mhm.
shoes. Say it's a $200 pair of tennis shoes and you can get it for 100. You
Mhm.
know, you've already put away to be able to do that. And I don't
Mhm.
do her gifts and stuff from her envelope. That like birthday and stuff comes from a different envelope. I have an envelope just for gifts. It covers birthdays for the people that I like to buy gifts for. It also covers if somebody has a baby shower or a wedding or something and I need to get a gift. I have an envelope that I can
Mhm.
pull for that. But those things came later. I will tell you, I did not start off
Mhm.
with those things. Those
Mhm.
things came when things happened.
At
So,
one
like,
time, I had an emergency purse fund in case I like designer purses. So, in case I needed to
mm-hmm,
buy a purse, and
mm-hmm,
I would always have to kind of justify it with my husband. But after I did my emergency purse fund and I came home with a new purse, he couldn't say anything because I had saved up for my brand new
yes,
shiny purse.
yes.
Couldn't say
That's
anything.
another thing. That's another thing. Spouses ain't gonna be giving you a lot of headache because you didn't take it off the account. That came out. You ain't even show me where I bought that. Ain't nothing in the account. Show me where I bought it. Yeah, that's what I thought. So it cut down on that too because you've allowed for those things
Mm-hmm.
to take place. But yes, that's how I do that. And like I said, I did not start with everything. Things came along and I was like, you know what? I need to start an envelope for this. You know what? I need to start an envelope for this. So now when I want something, especially if it's a big purchase, um, like this year I want the create room. Please Google it. I want it. I want it so bad. And I'm going to save for it though. I'm not going to tap into anything to get it. I could. I'm not. I'm leaving my savings where it's at. Because my feeling is if I use my savings to get it, then something big is going to happen
Something.
that
Mm-hmm.
needs to be
Mm-hmm.
done. And I would be like, dang it, if I wouldn't have bought that create room. So I'm going to
I'm
save
the
for it.
same way. I will feel guilty about something.
Mm-hmm.
So it's got to
Yep.
be justified. It's
And
gotta.
nothing probably will
Hey,
happen, but I
mom.
just feel like it would. Yep. So I'm just going to save for it. Excuse me. That way I'm not taking from anywhere and I can still get what I want because it's expensive. I'm talking about like a $5,000 thing. So it's expensive. And however long it takes me to save for it, I will. And it's going to happen. I'm going to have it.
And
And when I get it, this background here is not going to be here. It's going to be different. And I'm going to be sharing it with you guys because everybody's going to have to see it because it is so freaking awesome.
And Gina is like me, where I'm like, if I have to pay that much for it, I am getting every single bell and whistle there is to offer. It's going to
Yeah.
be a new car off the showroom floor.
Yeah.
I want it
And I won't
all.
even buy a new car off the showroom for me. That's the silliest thing. And the craziest thing is this is very odd for me. I am not impulsive about buying anything. I don't usually like to spend a lot of money on something for me, but I really want this because it's going to create a lot of organization for all my crafting stuff. So I really want it. So it's like y'all get to see this, but if I tilt this like a little anyway, you just get to see all the chaos. There's the cricket. There are my vinyls down below the cricket. This is a cart. So under the cart is my presses and my mug press and my other press. Like there's stuff all around me, y'all.
That's
Listen,
controlled chaos. I got stuff on the walls.
This is this side of the room. You ain't even seen that side. Y'all, so much. I even have my canning stuff in here, which I have canning stuff, not canning. I have my actual canned items in here. I figured out. I'm hoping that this really ends up holding up. We're seeing that the racks you could get for the back of your door that holds your shoes, the ones with the netting, they will hold your jars. So I on the back of this door is jarred pickles, peaches, spaghetti sauce. What else is there? That might be it. Chicken soup hanging on the back of my door. Why are y'all judging me? I feel judged. Listen, I was like, I felt like it was a genius idea. I'm like, if somebody was in an apartment who doesn't have enough room and they're like, I don't
Mm-hmm.
have can and stuff because I don't have anywhere to store it,
Mm-hmm.
you can hang
You've
one
got
of
to
these
utilize that
things
space.
on the back of your door and put the jars in there. It won't hold the quarts, but it'll hold the pints. Hmm. I know it did, Martika, but you know what? It'll come back. It'll come back. What I found too is being obedient to my budget, like really being deliberate and following it and sticking with it, even if I messed up or forgot something or whatever during that month. But if I really was giving it my all to stick with it, I felt like I was being blessed by doing so because extra money just kept appearing. It just kept appearing and things were falling off, paying off, watching things fall off.
Yeah.
Y'all, I
So
share
rewarding.
with I'm gonna share it with y'all. I shared with Tia and Lydia earlier this week because I got a message from, and this ain't even my real score. This is the sad part. But I got a message from Credit Karma because I'm on there. But if you know anything about these apps that show your credit score, Credit Karma is really not going by the coming from the true and one of them just changed. Anyway, coming from the true um, reporting agency. Because I know this because I actually go on to those as well. But this is what they sent me this week. This is my TransUnion and Equifax. My Experian, which I don't track on here anyway, I go to Experian.com, has been 830 for the longest. But y'all, these two was not budging out of the sevens. And I didn't care. I don't really even follow them. But I'm just telling you, when you start really being deliberate and get rid of the debt and then paying off that stuff, getting rid of that stuff, and then using credit correctly, which is something I had to learn to do because when I first got credit, I just thought it was extra money and I spent it as it was. And then when it came time to pay it back, I'd be like, oh, well, they said it's $25, and because I ain't got the seven, I ain't got 700, but I have to give them
Mm-hmm.
25. Well, that's how they get the interest.
Mm-hmm.
That's how they make their
Yeah.
money. Now that I don't do that, like when I use my credit cards, I only use them for stuff I already have money to pay for. So I'm
Mm-hmm.
just using the credit cards to get cash back or whatever. And I do it that way or just to keep it active. And then I pay it off in full when the bill comes. But I had to get there. That wasn't me for a long time. I didn't get there until my 30s. I kid you not. It was the late 30s. I'm not kidding. But I was like, hey, Hutch. I was like, I
Hey,
was like,
Hutch.
okay, they said I'm over 8 over there. So I went and checked on the real report and the one that bumped up now matches what the actual credit bureau shows.
Wonderful.
It showed 806 when I went on it and I was like, it only showed 800 on Credit Karma, but it changed. But girl, tell me about it. 300 in car repair. Yes. I do. I don't know if you heard me say that. I do have a car maintenance envelope that I save for. Yes. Thank God for emergency fund. I got my my daughter's
Mhm.
boyfriend doing this. Well, she actually talked to him about it first, and then asked him if he was comfortable talking to me, so I could really get into it with him. He started because his he was blowing his he couldn't understand why he never had money. He was always broke. He loves anime, and this is my oldest daughter. He loves anime, and he was doing a lot of these things on Amazon, like watching these little anime shows or something, and it would be like 99 cents. And he was like, "I do it, but they only 99 cents." Well, when they sat down and wrote down for the month, added up each one he had seen, he had spent like $130 watching anime. But it was like he was thinking it wasn't that much because it was paying 99 cents a piece. That's how they get you.
Mhm.
Those little things start adding
Mhm.
up. So he made a budget for how much he can spend for the month on anime, and that's all he could spend. And he started putting money towards an emergency fund. He had it was months later, many months later, he had somebody run him off the road, and the way the person ran him off, because he ran off the road to not get hit, it blew out two of his tires, the front and back tire on the driver's side. He had the money to get it fixed himself. The
That's
pride he
awesome.
had in not worrying about where that money was going to come from.
Mhm.
These are 20-year-old, 20 some
Mhm.
year old kids. My daughter's 26, he's 25. The pride he had in not having to worry about that, or not having to humble himself to ask somebody to
Yeah.
help him pay for that, you can't give that to people. Like, he was like, he hated to spend it. He was like, I this is the first time I had this much money saved up. I didn't, I hate that I have to spend it. But knowing that you got it when the emergency happens, there's nothing
Right.
like it.
Right.
There is nothing
Thanks,
like it.
Erica.
Hey, Erica.
Erica.
Yes. So I'm telling y'all, work on them budgets, and we're gonna keep checking in. As much as y'all want to, however much y'all want to talk about it, whatever y'all want to get into about it,
Oh, we
we could
want
talk
to.
about. We could talk about, and we're gonna get it right. Like, I can't wait to see how some of y'all doing by the end of the year. Where y'all are with your budgets, where you are with starting to pay off debt or having debt paid off. I
Mhm.
can't wait. And I mean all debt. Now, I'm not debt free. I think I said in the beginning somewhere that maybe I was. I'm not. I have a mortgage. So I'm not totally debt free. A mortgage is a debt, but I don't have a car payment. I don't have credit card debt. I don't have I don't have any of that kind of stuff. But I do have a mortgage. I have my student loans, but I don't even consider those because I'm waiting for Joe to pay it off. And if y'all don't know who that is, that's the president.
Michelle says the budgets need to be talked about.
They
Exclamation
do.
point.
They do. And I did pin the link, guys. By the way, I forgot I did that. We 2 hours in, and I just thought about the fact that I pinned it in case anybody wanted to get up and talk about or ask a question about something. But like I said, we'll get into it. I'm gonna be coming back every week. We're not gonna just sit here and bore you with. But we talked about a lot of stuff other than budgets anyway today. But we could talk about whatever. And we could talk about this as much as y'all want to. And as like I said, as you go month by month, you're going to think about things that you want to make sure that's included in the budget. Um, but like I said, it's about progress. Progress, not perfection. Progress.
Ranchika
We
says,
can talk
right,
about.
I'm using this month to grant myself grace and
Yeah.
catch all the things I don't account for, car taxes, birthdays, etc. Exactly.
Yes.
Exactly.
Yes. All those
I
things.
feel like I'm missing something on mine. But I've like you said, I've granted myself grace.
I didn't think about seeds. I'm so glad that Veggie said that. And it doesn't, you don't need a lot to put towards seeds. I could put
Mhm.
$5 a month in an envelope towards seeds. We are in, for
Mhm.
anything that I want to sow direct, I'm
January.
probably not, but we're in January. So I would have till April. May actually if I wanted to sew direct. So that's what, $25. That's a lot. I mean, I have a whole thing of seeds. I only need okra. That's the only seed I don't have that I want to grow. Um, but I probably will do it more than that because, like I said, I will need to get compost. So I'm thinking maybe
Mhm.
and maybe $20 a month. Yeah, because I need at least 2 to 3 bags of compost per bed, and I have 6 beds. So I want to make sure I have enough. And I could do that. I can figure that out because, like I said, I put my crafting budget up. I can take it down to 30 and put 20 towards my seeds in my garden. See how I did that? Because crafting is a pastime. I don't have to. I have $50 accounted for that. I don't need $50 a month for crafting.
You
I
have
don't.
all the things, Gina.
I already have all the things, so I don't need $50 a month. So I would change it to 30, and I'll put 20 towards garden because I did not consider that. And then when that time would have came, I probably would have just went somewhere else into one of my other things. I'm just being honest. Listen, when something come up and I ain't got money for it, I gotta get it. That's just real talk. I'm just gonna knock
Mhm.
into my savings and say, well, I didn't think about that, so
Mhm.
that's what the savings is for. But I don't
I'm
want
saying that's what it's there for. At least you're
it.
not taking away from a bill or
No,
payment or anything. That's
no,
what it's there for.
it is, and so that's what I do. Listen, but I'm glad you guys came and hung with me tonight. Yes, Unicorn Lady, y'all follow Unicorn Lady. Hutch, if you still in here, Hutch was live earlier. He had a really good live earlier. Y'all want to check him out. Um, Tactical Scollionaire, he was in here. Nola, y'all drop your links. Type in Frugal Frugal in the chat, and it will drop your link so people can check you out. If you're a content creator, and check everybody out. Some of these people I'm mentioning, they're not in the gardening community per se, um, or prepping. I'm not prepping. They are preppers. They're not in budgeting and stuff like that communities per se, but they're all preppers. That's one thing I have to realize about my channel. I always felt like my channel was all over the place, but it technically isn't. Everything I talk about is prepping. It's just
Mhm.
different types of prepping.
It's just different. Mhm.
It is a different type of prepping because if the ish don't hit the fan, you're gonna need money to buy stuff. So you
Mhm.
need to prep for your finances. If ish hit the fan, you need to prep for that.
Mhm.
I prep for a lot of things. And that's why I be all over. That's why I know so many people that be in here that don't technically be in the same lives and things that you used to seeing them in, because we got to prep for a lot of things. It all flows together, Tarsha.
Mhm.
Exactly. And I'm still, you haven't dropped anything yet, have you, girl? Because you ain't came up in my feed. I know you said you're coming back. Y'all, if y'all not following Triple Threat, y'all need to be following Triple Threat. I'm telling you, definitely follow her. She does talk about more than what her name is, her channel name, Triple Threat Firearms and Defense. She also is a gardener. So, like she said, it all flows together. So, definitely check her out. Hey, my Renaissance grandma, you've been quiet. I know you were in here from the beginning. I don't get any notification. Unicorn Lady is not a content creator. She's just a big supporter in this content streets. She is on Instagram and she does post very regular on there. And
Yes.
she is Unicorn Lady Tech on there as well. So you can find her over there, my Renaissance grandma. She is big into crafting and stuff too, and gardening. I think y'all would connect well. You definitely should check her out on Instagram. If you're on there, I don't know if you're on Instagram. Think about it. I think I mostly follow you here. But yes, I am a prepper, Erica. I am. I'm trying to be ready for everything. Listen, I come over there and check y'all out so y'all can get me ready for you know what, and then I I go here to get checked to get ready for this and that. I want to be ready. I want to be ready. I want to be that person that they
Mhm.
think they think is, not ready, but I am.
Mhm.
I am. You hear that, Billy? Is he still lurking?
She is.
No, Billy is her husband. Is Erica's husband.
No, that's what I meant. Like she is. She ready.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. I'm ready. Listen, don't let the smile fool you, but then also let the smile fool you. That part. That's the unicorn lady just reposted that stuff here. What stuff? Easy. I
She
do
said,
have
I do have content on YouTube just sparingly since she
stories.
works 9 to 5. Yeah.
I didn't know that. I thought you told us you didn't. I'm checking it out now. How dare you? I know you told us you were on Instagram. I didn't know you had anything on here. Mm-hmm. Yes, I have it, but rarely there. Okay. I'm between the two. I am regularly checking Instagram and regularly checking YouTube. But I was on Instagram heavy before I came back to YouTube, so you can post automatically to both. I know that, and I be trying to, I need to set mine up. That's a good point, Mike. I need to do that because I was thinking about that earlier. Like
The
maybe I need
short.
to be posting to multiple platforms. Now I'm not. I do have a Facebook, but I'm never on there. I don't like Facebook. It's just toxic to me, and so I'm really only just on Instagram and YouTube. Really, and only because I found you guys. You guys have been so awesome. This YouTube community, and it's not just. And I know a lot of us are everywhere because my Renaissance grandma be in a lot of other places that I be at too. So she's in other communities than just the gardening and stuff
Mhm.
like that. But
Mhm.
don't put yourself in a box. Check out what some of these other people are talking about and doing, and you may
Mhm.
find that there's just a lot of good people on here that's just sharing information for free. Triple threat, for instance.
How can they
I
find
am
you on IG?
I am underscore my let me type it in the chat because it's not the same.
Oh, Gina, guess what?
Uh-oh.
I just got an email. It says, "Are you coming?" It's from Create Room.
Ever since I've searched them, they show up in my Instagram
Instagram.
every day. Tia is yours. No. It's TT, isn't it? Urban Pantry on Instagram.
It's treasures. Ain't nothing on
Oh,
there.
sorry. She asked that. She said, "Is yours treasures?"
Mine is treasures.
Listen, she don't post nothing.
I'm a
Hardly
look
ever.
girl on Instagram. I'm a look.
Just
I'm a
don't give
laugh. I'm a
Billy a
share.
tree. What? Don't give Billy your tree. What tree? Uh-oh. I think it's something we talked about that I'm forgetting. I saw her content on YouTube, but it was 6 months. Ah, see, I didn't go looking because she told us she didn't have it. Or maybe she just told us she
Granny
was
Garden.
posting on Instagram, and I took that to mean. So maybe that was me. Who is that? My granny. Hey, my
My
granny's
granny's
garden.
garden. Hey.
Hey there. Yes. And we're about to wrap it up. You caught me live and we about to finish up. But I appreciate you for coming nonetheless. But yeah, we talked about every a lot of things, budgeting and then more. And we will
This was a
continue.
good chat. Thank you,
Yes.
Gina.
And I told you guys I'm saving for the create room. I'm also saving for um um my first
Sewing
firearm.
machine.
Firearm. I'm getting my CCW, guys. Hey, D Mood.
Hey, D
It's a
Mood.
thing. it's a thing and it's happening. Now, will I be able to share that on here? No, I'm not. I won't be. But just knowing that, don't come over here acting stupid. And it will be. I will. I'm gonna go through all the right channels because I want to be. I want to be a safe and
Mhm. Mhm.
um you know, do things the right way. I want to do it right. So, hmm you guys made my. Aw, thank you, Unicorn Lady. Thank you. Yes. Tarsha, that's why I need you to get back because you was giving some good. She was giving great information, especially for us ladies who may be interested in that.
Mhm.
So, yeah.
Mhm.
And I think if I'm not wrong, you do train as well, Tarsha. She's in Georgia, by the way, guys. So you just follow her channel. Tarsha, drop Frugal in the chat so that people can find you. Cause yes, I'm serious. Like, just be safe, guys. Like, this world is this world. So be safe. Just do what's good for you to be safe out here. But yes. Uh-oh.
What?
Marsha, you still here? Oh, there she go.
Yeah, she did. She
I
did
was like,
it.
the chat ain't moved at all. Yes. And anybody else who wants to drop their channel, just type Frugal, Frugal in the chat, and it will drop your channel link, and people can find you and come check you out. Because there literally everybody in here are great creators. I follow all the channels that are in here. Only one I'm not sure of. I don't know if I follow you, Nola, if you're still in here, but I'm gonna find you. I have seen you in these YouTube streets, but I'm not for sure if I've actually headed over to your channel or if you're actually putting content out. So I will come look for you. That I will do. But I hope everybody enjoyed the live. I just bought a sewing machine. It's the envelope makes fault. So the person who did the envelopes got coaxed you into getting a sewing machine. Have you went and watched the video, right, Tia? On how
Yes.
to do the envelopes. Girl,
Unicorns, ladies, and yes. But she didn't.
it probably was another one from the same lady that got her to buy the sewing.
Oh, she does. You on that one, she hand stitched it, but there were a couple of things where she sewed like the bindings.
Mm-hmm.
That is a very interesting channel.
Hilarious. You know, Tia has a sewing machine. If you think of anything that you might want crafting, she probably already has it, just by the way.
Wait till you see what I got next.
See, I'm telling you that she's about the crafting life for real. And she will sew, she will do all the things. The crochet, she will do all the things.
I will. I think I'll sew more once I move the sewing machine in here. It's not in here. It's
Mm-hmm.
on other half of the house, and I never go over there much.
See, Unicorn Lady said that she uses the lady that did that video. She uses her
She uses
sewing
her
machine
sewing
a lot.
machine a lot.
Mm-hmm. Thanks for dropping your link, Erica. Y'all go check her out as well. Erica has a great channel, both her personal channel, and she goes live Wednesdays at 4, and then the family channel is just my fly family, and they go live Mondays at 8. And TT is
Hmm.
back. She took her
She
a couple
back.
weeks off for the
Is
holidays,
back.
but
Cannon.
we gonna be canning tomorrow night. Come through, y'all. We gonna be canning, and I'm canning with her. She doing what you doing?
Beef roast.
Beef roast, y'all. It be coming in handy, y'all. Y'all know we did the pot roast. Listen, it was delicious before I stopped eating meat. Um, it was though. And then the chicken soup, same before I stopped eating meat. It was delicious. But I still fix them because my husband and daughters they eat meat. So I use the chicken soup to make chicken soup. I use it to make chicken and noodles. I
Mm-hmm.
mean, you can put it in a pot pie with some cream mushroom or cream
Everything.
celery or whatever. child, y'all better stop playing and get into these canning. And Miss
Mhm.
Cheryl be canning up the storm too. Hmm.
Yes, she does.
We done got her canning, and she canning everything. Don't nobody even go over her house because you might end up in a can. All right, y'all. Thank y'all for coming through. And like I said, we're gonna be back. We'll see you next week. What page in the book will you be using, Tia? What page or what?
In the canning book
Oh,
or the
probably. Is that one in the book?
it is because it's just straight beef, but
I got my book right here.
you do.
Is it this book?
Yes, I think it's in all of them.
I'll find it. Hold on 1 second. 1 second. I'm trying to go to the
Closer to the back. See, I have all mine tabbed.
of course you
But
do.
it'll be like
Of
at the
course you
start
do.
of like the soups and broths, that
Is
section.
it gonna be up under soups if I look in the index, or is it gonna be under beef? Is it
I
under? Is
don't
it the
know.
roast?
It's it's the roast.
Are you sure?
I don't know, Gina.
Hold on. I'm gonna see. The roast is page 99. And all right. Is it just meat, broth, and salt? Where'd she go?
You found
Thank
it?
you, Miss Girl. Is it just basically meat, broth, and salt? Is that the
Yes.
then it's the roast.
It's called the
It's
roast.
page 99 and the preserving
Yes.
book.
So tomorrow will be just straight roast. And I can't see y'all. And then next week will be the chicken soup, which is easy. It's easy. That's what it is.
It's easy and it's really good, y'all. Seriously.
It's delicious. That is page 104
Yeah,
in this book. Each book is a little different.
you got it. All right, guys. Well, you everybody have a great night. And like I said, I'll see you guys next week. And come see us tomorrow night, 9 o'clock, TT's Urban Pantry. Did you drop your link? Drop your link real quick.
Oh my
Real
goodness.
quick. Real quick.
There.
All right.
Read it in all caps. I don't know if that counts.
Yeah, no, it's not cap sensitive. Come through tomorrow night. It's chill. It's real chill, but TT will take you through every step of the canning process of what we're doing. It's a cold pack, right? This one a
Yes.
cold pack?
Cold pack.
And then it's gonna pressure can for life. Because I know it's got to be at least an hour 15, hour 30. But we just gonna be chatting it up while it's canning. So there you go. Come through. All right, guys. Talk to y'all later. Have a good
Hey
night.
y'all.
Bye.